On this episode, we talk about having jobs and the 17 worst companies to work for in the U.S.
And you will be surprised that these are big companies, like you probably never heard of before, and you probably wouldn't want to work for them anyway.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird article. But we'll be famous, for putting all these out there, like when Cadillacs fly.
Awesome. Hey, it was just announced that Cadillac is unveiling flying cars. We're going to be famous.
Well, that's cool because Indiana's already got a great new program. It's called a ticket deferral program. Unfortunately, after reading it, it sounds more like bribery than a deferral.
Yeah, I could see that. But you know what else we talk about? There's things like Blue Origin, which is a spaceship that goes up and comes back down. It spins around, does all sorts of cool stuff like out in space.
That sounds like the hokey pokey. But I also find cool, fun stuff like that to do with Google.
And that means it's time to start the show.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show, featuring the What Happened in the World guys, Steve and Scott. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show and podcast.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today to try and get you to escape away from what's going on in the world today, because it's nuts. We're not going to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about religion. We are going to try and get a place where you can just go away and not have to think about what's going on. So let this be your hour to just get away.
Escape from reality. That is our purpose.
Okay, you got to finish your part there.
I have a part?
Yeah. So what do you got?
What do I got?
Yeah, you got stuff. What are we talking about?
I got snizzle.
You've got sizzle.
Snizzle.
Is this another one of those made-up words?
Nope.
Making stuff up?
Snizzle is snow drizzle. Drizzle is that really fine, just slightly more than a mist. Well, when you get snow like that, it's called snizzle.
Because the rain missed you, so you get drizzle.
Right. Well, yeah, but this is snizzle. It wasn't even in the forecast. It was supposed to be clear tonight, and we got snizzle.
Isn't that a Danish in Wisconsin?
No, that's
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Yeah, I thought it was Schnizzle. I don't know. It's a Don't Know Show.
It's a Don't Know Show. Yes. See, it's I did get teased a little bit about our singing duet last week.
Which one? We were singing a lot last week.
The down part, because even though you and I were on the money, there is probably half-second video lag or audio lag. So we were off, even though when we were doing it, we were on the money.
Oh, we were live, but live we were good, but good we weren't live?
Yes.
However that works?
Like it, yeah.
Really? So it didn't sync up on the download?
No, did not.
That's hilarious. Good. Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. I've got people wanting to know when I'm going to start my What Happened to Vegas back up, and I pretty much told them, I said, when the COVID restrictions are done. There are some shows that are just going on the weekends, but I'm not ready to throw myself out there. And
no,
I like exposing myself. I just not ready to expose myself to COVID.
Correct.
You got to draw the line somewhere. And last week,
that's so true.
Last week, I talked a lot about sex. So if you're going to expose yourself, you just got to pick and choose where you're going to expose yourself.
I 100% concur.
So I've
and not only that, nowadays you have to get permission.
I've gotten a lot of people talking about the Cooking with Cleavage show now. So
Cooking with
yeah. So that's definitely I got to green light that project.
Awesome.
Yeah. Why not? If they can do the stuff that they do on TikTok.
Oh,
I think Cooking with Cleavage will be
amazing what they do on TikTok. Yeah.
It'll be the best show
Have you seen the new
walked right over my joke?
Butt crack. Butt crack leggings.
Walked right over my joke.
Have you?
What's my joke? What's my joke?
What was your joke?
Yeah, you said it, so I don't walk over you. Cooking with Cleavage will be what?
The breast show.
The breast show around, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have I seen what?
The butt crack leggings. That's it. Butt crack leggings.
You mean the new ones from Amazon that are supposed to make your butt look really good?
There's a seam in the middle. Oh my God. It's all over TikTok too.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And then now there's people actually buying them and trying them on. They're like, these things are janky.
Here's the thing that's really funny. I'm gonna catch hell for this. I just know it. Susie goes, I think I'd try a pair.
Awesome. She should. I think
I'm
you
like,
should try a pair too.
in my head, I'm going, the whole thing about she won't wear a thong is because she spent her entire life making sure her underwear wasn't stuck in her ass. And now thongs do it on purpose.
Yeah, but that's not a thong. These are leggings. So I think you should get a pair and she should get a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I trust me, I used to wear what was it called? Danskins, which is basically
You used to wear leotards.
yeah, that's kind of what they are. Yeah, male leotards.
Did you have to wear a singlet?
No.
Too bad.
Yes. Well, that's because we won't go there. But anywho's. I must admit, I felt like Robin Hood Men in Tights wearing that stuff.
Yeah, so what? Big deal.
Yep, they can tell you what your religion is.
No, you wear a oh God, now I forget what it's called. The Don't Know Show. Men wear it under
the cod piece.
Yeah, the cod piece. Thank you.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Cod piece. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a cup. It's a cod piece. Similar but different.
So here's my question for you.
Why are you wearing cods in your pants?
Based on the cod piece, yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat seafood, remember? So I wouldn't have cod in my pants.
You know, it's all one word. CODPIECE, cod piece.
Sure. How cool is that? The things you can learn on the Don't Know Show, because we don't know things, so we look it up. And we find it on the internet, so you know it must be true.
Okay, here's the best part. From the Middle English, cod, meaning scrotum, is a covering flap or pouch that attaches to the front of the crotch of men's trouser, enclosing the genital area.
Yeah.
It may be held closed by strings, ties, buttons, folds, or other methods. So it's the scrotum piece.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I like that name better.
Only because you want to start talking about sex again, because it's been longer than 7 seconds.
No, you started that, not me.
You.
But it's a scrotum piece.
So
alrighty. So
yeah,
I can speak Middle English.
So here's a question. Why is it that men got to wear leather pieces of stuff in their genitals and women had to wear a metal, what were those things called?
Chastity belts.
Chastity belts, yeah. Why
men were trying to get in, they need to get out quickly, and women were trying to keep them out.
Right.
Actually, women weren't trying to keep them out. The men who were dating them while they were off to war were trying to keep those guys out.
Exactly. That's what it was.
And that's why eunuchs came about.
Yes.
They would leave the eunuchs back home to take care of because they weren't
females,
worried about
because obviously they wouldn't have any interest in the women at that point.
Well, I don't know if they
no, yes. Trust me, I've read the
yes. Which one is it?
Yeah, just because they had their testicles removed didn't mean that they didn't have other things they wanted to do.
Oh, yes. No, yes. All right. So
anyway,
like I said, this economy scares me. Biden is now president. Only we don't know that because we filmed this before the
20th, yes.
The 20th. So we will talk about it more on the next show. So I'm not spending any money until I figure out what he's going to do to us. So I'm trying to save up as much as I can. However, there was a study, and I'm trying to get the right screen up, on something. The 17 worst companies to work for in America.
Yes.
And this was by Yahoo Finance and Glassdoors. So there were some rules on this. They had to have
at least 10,000 employees.
Yeah, 10,000 employees.
And a minimum of 1,000 reviews.
Yeah. So I don't even know most of these companies. That's the worst part.
Yes, I agree.
This big and not work for them. It's like, wow, okay, fine. So 10,000 employees, 1,000 reviews. In case of ties, they prioritize companies where workers were least likely to recommend a friend.
Correct.
So, all right. Here we go. Number 17, Gannett. So isn't that the billboard company? Oh no, they're industry, they're publishing.
Correct. Publishing.
They're a whole publishing. Oh, they do a USA Today. Ooh.
Yes.
Only 38% of the employees would recommend a company to a friend.
And only 26% have a positive business outlook.
But it doesn't say why. Is it bad because they're afraid that their business is going out of business? Or was it bad because it's a bad culture? See, that's why I don't like this thing.
Well, they said the business has gradually deteriorated over the years because newspaper circulation has shifted online. So it's a zero-sum game.
Yeah, so that's what it says. Employees aren't keen to work for a giant they see on decline. Okay, makes sense. Now, here's a company I don't know about. Intertech.
Yeah, well, that's because it's British, but
still,
yeah.
If it's that big, they have companies all over the world in the U.S. Better opportunities can be found elsewhere. Elsewhere, they say elsewhere.
Well, here's the thing that I get a kick out of. The salary for a project engineer at Intertech is about $72,000 per year, while the same job pays $10,000 or more at its competitor UL. And I'm like, I would love to make $72,000 a year.
Or $82,000 a year from UL.
Right.
Yeah, UL's fun. 36 employees recommend a friend. It rates especially poorly for company's culture and senior management, compared to 78% of employees at UL that would recommend their job to a friend.
Yep.
Wow.
So apparently UL is a good company to work for.
No, but we're not talking about them. Now, here's one that I thought was funny. Not funny, but sad. Number 15, GameStop.
Yes.
Games and hobbies and that.
With the pandemic, you'd think they'd be going gangbusters.
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 But yeah, don't forget, this is another one that's on decline.
Correct. But here's something that just shocked the hell out of me, because
I saw you added.
Yes. And the reason I added it is because as we left Chili's today and we drove past the GameStop, Susie goes, "Oh, GameStop's going out of business."
Yep.
I'm like, "What?" And I look over my shoulder, and I'll be damned if it doesn't say store closing.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says. They're gonna close a lot of stores. So yeah, you don't want to work in a company that
apparently they're closing 1,000 locations, and one of them is mine.
So, well, welcome back to Amazon.
Yes.
Suncor Energy. Again, don't want to work for them. It's an oil company.
No. And this is what's really blowing me away. Only 4% of their employees would recommend a subsidiary of the Canadian Energy Corp, which operates out of Colorado, Wyoming, New Jersey, and elsewhere. Only 4% would recommend it. That's bad.
Yeah. ResCare. I can't see, that's got to be one of the worst or toughest care services, to work for. They're one of the largest that provide support care for seniors. But no, thank you. Dyson. Okay. Dyson Manufacturing, really? Is a bad place to work?
It's weird. Only 19% approve of their company CEO, Roland Kruger. Oh, I see. He was just recently appointed in the spring of 2020.
Yeah, Jim Rowan was the guy who, did all the
he's the one that made that company what it is.
So I guess they don't like the changes he's making.
Apparently not.
CompuCom, another IT company I don't know. Dollar General. Who would have thought that Dollar General was that big? I didn't realize Dollar General was that big, but they've got 17,000 locations. 17,000. That's a lot of locations.
The part that's interesting is I knew about this. We have a Dollar General in our town. I have talked to many of the employees in the past, and they do cite that these are the problems. The biggest problem is they were one of the lowest paid companies in the area. They basically do everything at minimum wage, and it takes.
Well, guess what? If Dollar General's not good, guess what Family Dollar is? Just as bad.
Oh, look, it is.
So the dollar stores. You don't want to work at the dollar stores. And then Office Max. Those are becoming less and less. I'm seeing less and less. These stationary stores are becoming less and less stationary.
Yes. Well, I lost my staples in the same concept.
We couldn't find them.
They all left this area. They're gone.
Oh! You mean the store? I thought you meant Staples.
Yeah, no Staples.
Is that kind of like the joke?
Smart ass.
Oh my God! Oh my God! They sell Staples in that store. And then the
They
girl
do.
goes running over to Dick's Sporting Goods. I can't wait to go in here.
All right, that's 8. Okay, you're on a roll.
Yeah, I am. Another health solution.
Conifer Health Solutions.
Conifer Health. Regis. Regis is another advertising and marketing. Now, here's one that surprised me. Number 5. CSX.
Really?
The Eastern United States and Central Canada. Now, Canada has got great train systems. Like
They do, yeah, for sure.
I know people that get paid money and retire from the train companies there and can live out their retirement with the money they get paid from the rail companies. So what is CSX doing that all these people like number 5?
Well, apparently it's because it's hard to get routes that bring you back home quick enough. And
It's a train. It's not going anywhere quick.
No. And apparently there's long hours filled with too much hard work. And as you know, nobody wants to work hard anymore.
No, they all want their side hustle on TikTok. They just want to show their butt. Let me show my butt on TikTok and get paid.
Yeah. Honestly, you can't blame people for wanting to do that because people are making a fortune at it. But
I know they are.
the ones who make the fortune are the ones who are the first ones to do it. So if you want to make a fortune doing something stupid, you got to invent that stupid yourself.
Well, not really. I mean, OnlyFans, so one chick ruined it for everybody. But Frontier Communications, another telecommunication industry. But they're going bankrupt, so nobody wants to work for them. And then U.S. Security Associates, private security rating company. Nobody wants to work for them. Allied Universal. I've heard of Allied Universal, though. But this is a subsidiary of that U.S. Securities. And then, boom, here we go again.
Yep.
Number 2, Norfolk Southern. Norfolk Southern Railway. Again, well, but that's strictly United States. So
here's the
good
weirdest
pay,
part.
but it comes at a heavy price. Lifestyle's
Norfolk
not for
Southern
everybody.
a year ago was rated number 1.
Well, again, people don't want to be away from home or anything. So that's right. All right. So Norfolk Southern, number 2. Number 1, Union Pacific.
Yep.
Did you know that Union Pacific was founded by Abraham Lincoln?
I certainly did.
You did?
I certainly did. You got to remember when I was a kid.
Was that part of the Gold Spike thing?
No, that was General Grant. Now you just threw me. When I was in Boy Scouts, I got into trains big time.
Yeah. And what'd you get into them?
Well, mostly with paper for our Boy Scout paper drive, but because I thought trains were cool, I started doing some research on it. That's when I found out about Abraham Lincoln founding the Union Pacific.
It's just weird. You don't think of Abraham Lincoln founding a railroad company. I mean, that's like, of all things you know about Honest Abe. Why that? Right?
Well, again, for me, it was just because I love trains. And to me, it was.
But okay, again,
right.
Yes, I understand that you knew that. But how does Abraham Lincoln, he was a lawyer. He was a poor man out of Illinois who became a politician and a lawyer and founded a railroad company.
Right.
And you don't hear about any of that. I mean,
I can't give you dates or anything, but I'm recalling that he did it. And the reason it was called the Union Pacific, it was because of the Civil War.
Well, it was from what's considered the West all the way to the Pacific Ocean. But all along Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, all those
Missouri,
and then west.
Now I got the Adam Sandler song going through my head.
Yeah, but but again, I knew he was a vampire killer. But how did I not know?
Yeah, that was a cool movie too. Yeah.
How do I not know that the guy founded a railroad?
There you go. Well, that's how he killed all the vampires on the railroad. He owned it.
But that's crazy. I didn't know. How do you know those things about a president, but you don't know that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why is that not something that somebody go, hey? But yeah, so railroad companies are the worst to work for. But they'll say, well, despite the good pay, it comes at a cost. Okay.
Then what about over the road truck driving when you're home once a month? It's the same concept. So why weren't any of those in there?
I don't know.
Because most of those companies don't have 10,000 drivers.
So let's see if you think about sex. What's the oldest company in the world? And what business are they in?
The oldest company in the world. I know what the oldest occupation in the world is, which is where the sex comes in. But the oldest.
Oh, see, only you would think of it that way. I didn't think of it that way. There is an older occupation than sex.
I'm going to have to say the religious type of company. No?
Nope. What did they do in Egypt? What did they do in China to keep the Mongolians away? What did they do in the Gardens of Babylon? What did they do at Stonehenge?
Masonry?
They built stuff. Construction companies.
Okay.
Congo Gummy was established in 578 AD. 578.
And they're still in business?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's headquartered in Osaka, Japan.
That is impressive.
How cool is that?
Pretty cool.
Right? Like in the United States, we've got some companies that you've probably heard of. Caswell Macy. They're a perfume and soap company. Hartford Courant. Baker's Chocolate. Baker's Chocolate has been around since 1765. I did not realize that.
Me neither.
Ames, 1774. King Arthur Flour, 1790. Cigna Group, 1792. Dixon Ticonderoga, 1795. And then Jim Beam, 1795. Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Jim Beam, baby.
Good old JB.
Isn't that crazy?
It's pretty impressive, really.
I bank it at Chase Bank, right?
Okay.
JP Morgan Chase, 1799.
When was
I don't know.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I have
Wells
no
Fargo. Because Wells Fargo was around in the early 1800s for sure.
Yeah, but these are all before that. Yeah, JP Morgan Chase, DuPont, 1802, Colgate, 1806. Fallscroft, the Fallscroft, Fallscroft. Citigroup, 1812. Remington, 1860. Crazy, huh? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
These companies are all that old. Remember Brooks Brothers Suits? 1818. Macy's, from Macy's Day Parade. When do you think Macy's? So think about this, right? So you had the movie Miracle on 34th Street,
right?
About the Macy's parade. So when do you think Macy's was founded? Because the guy Macy had to battle with who in that the other owner of the other big store,
Gimbels.
Yeah. So when do you think that was? When do you think Macy's was founded?
I'm going to have to say 1870.
No, 1843.
Wow.
That's crazy. And then what brewing company? You don't have Pabst by you, do you? Yeah, no. You have Pabst in Milwaukee.
Do we? Yeah, that's right. That's right. They got bought out.
When do you think Pabst was open?
I'm going to have to say again, mid 1800s.
1844. Isn't that crazy? That's just crazy.
Turns out Wells Fargo was 1852, so it's
So yeah, but all these are before that. It's crazy, right? That's just crazy. It's crazy. Say it. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Cool.
Totally radical for sure.
So it wasn't an 1800 company.
GM.
Right. When was General Motors?
I'm going to say General Motors is probably 1920s.
General Motors was founded in 1908.
Really?
Flint, Michigan.
Okay, so I didn't think they started doing anything until the 20s. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Because once Ford started, they were right behind it.
When did Ford start?
When somebody turned the key. Actually, they didn't have keys in the old days.
1903. 1903. 5 year. 5 year head start. 5 year head start.
It works for me.
So
okay.
So what do you got about General Motors?
Well, apparently we've been talking about some
Cool
really
new cars.
interesting things coming up in the future with automobiles and trucks and stuff.
Cool new
And
cars.
one of them was that flying taxi service or whatever in Florida, right?
Yes.
Well, would you believe that now Cadillac is building a flying car?
No.
General Motors on Tuesday presented a futuristic flying Cadillac, a self-driving vehicle which takes off and lands vertically and carries passengers above the streets and through the air.
No. And a Cadillac?
In a Cadillac.
Well, those are really big in Wisconsin. Or they used to be. Are they still?
Not as big as they used to be, but yes, they're still around.
They loved Cadillacs in Wisconsin.
They certainly did.
You would see those on the farms all day long.
Yes.
So it's a VTOL, right?
Correct. Which means vertical takeoff and
landing.
landing for those of you who aren't paying attention to modern technology.
So that's cool. So they're going to have one. So
and it does do 55 miles an hour. So it's got
straight
a 90 kilowatt motor.
That's scary. Straight up. That's scary.
Yeah. Whoop.
Yeah, that's like the ride on the top.
They'd be cleaning the seats after every ride if it did that.
I'll tell you what, though, the videos are starting to look more and more like Bruce Willis from Fifth Element.
Oh, God, yes. Was that? Yeah, I'll tell you. Here's the one thing that I'm still trying to figure out. We have so much trouble now with people not paying attention, distracted driving and stuff like that.
Oh, it's going to have to be all automated.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be. There can't be. We can't allow people to just do whatever they want.
No. In the science fiction movies, you see people fly in their cars and stuff, and it just doesn't make sense because, yeah. I mean, granted, if you think about it, and this is something that I think about when I'm driving, because obviously I drive, it baffles me. Yes, there's accidents all the time.
I drive or why drive?
Why drive? I drive, why drive?
Okay. What's the webpage? It's a chance to plug your web.
whydrivelimo.com.
Thank you.
But, and just the letter Y, not the word Y. But anyway, one of the things that shocks me is as I'm driving, down the highway, and I am literally driving with thousands of other vehicles doing anywhere between 60 and 90 miles an hour. Trust me, especially in the Chicago area.
Yep.
I'm doing 80 down the highway, and they're just blowing past me like I'm not even driving. It just freaks me out. So you would think with that much traffic moving, there'd be a lot more accidents than there are. And the percentages, even the police will tell you, the percentages are very low for the amount of people on the roads. It's amazing.
It is amazing. So
apparently, people would learn to drive properly or fly properly also. But the thing that I'm thinking is if you make a mistake when you're in the air, that mistake is compounded tremendously because, when you're on the ground, granted, in some instances, you could have multi-car pileups, but for the most part, it's usually 2 or 3 vehicles involved in a fender bender. You do something stupid in the air, you're taking a whole shitload of people out, including the people on the ground when you do hit. So, but it's still a cool concept. I can't wait. It's like,
well, you want to do anything. Yeah, it's getting you closer to being in outer space, which is what you want.
Oh, yes. I just hope we get there and I have enough money to go because I want to.
Yep. So I'm going to use the next one right after this one because it kind of fits.
Okay.
So Indiana came up with this great idea because of, COVID and not want you to go to court and all that.
Right.
You could be eligible for a deferral program. So now most of the deferral programs or forbearance or stuff like that because of COVID, you don't have to pay, right? Because you might not have a job.
Right.
Right. So you don't have to pay your rent or you don't have to pay on your car. They can't repossess it. They can't kick you out. Right.
Right.
Well, Indiana said, well, here's the deal. If you get a citation and you don't want to come into court, you can go see if you qualify for the deferral program, infraction deferral program.
Okay.
But guess what?
Would.
It's not less money or you don't have to pay it now. It's actually more money. You got to pay it now. So for the infraction deferral program, you can defer prosecution and dismiss the charges 6 months from the enrollment date. The defendant agrees to pay $192.50 within 30 days of being set up on the program. So even if you don't get a ticket, you get to pay now. You got to pay $192.50. Then you commit no traffic ordinance or misdemeanor or felony violations for a period of 6 months. Then you get on the infraction deferment program.
Okay.
Then you don't send the payment for the ticket to the clerk's office. You send them a court date by yourself by calling receive your agreement form, 40-day deadline. You got a 40-day deadline to pay. Then you can pay your traffic ticket online, obtain your driving record at the beginning of the electronic, but you can pay your citation, your 908. You can pay a ticket and pay an additional processing fee. So all I see in this thing is
a way for the government to make more money.
Yeah, you can pay more, but it doesn't go on your record.
Right. And it doesn't apply to CDL drivers.
Right. But you could pay more. Isn't that how bribes work?
Yes, it's exactly how they work.
So could I just cut the state of Indiana out and just give it right to the cop and say, hey, hey, it's 192 for the program. What if I just give you like 200? What if there was something in this hand that I could give to you that would make you forget about this ticket in this hand?
Oh, Joe Pesci is alive and well.
But right? I mean, what the hell is that?
It's pretty. Okay. One of two things is happening. We don't talk about politics for a reason, but maybe somebody got hit over the head with a baton and then they wrote this shit.
Well, I know the states are trying to make money, but they're just trying to cut the lawyers out. Because if you get a good lawyer, you can get a lawyer to reduce your stuff down to non-mover violations, parking tickets and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, if they're serious enough, you're not going to get this deferral if you're doing 120.
Correct.
But yeah, like what? Indiana, what are you doing?
Something unique, apparently.
Oh, yeah. So no, I'm just saying the Don't Know Show is saying no. No. But
how did they say no to drugs? There we go.
Yeah.
Say no to Indiana.
Say no to Indiana. And then you got to drive by Indiana, so you got to be careful. Oh, well.
Unfortunately, I don't do that with the business.
So now we're going to move over to our genuine positivity message. And remember, this is Stephen saying, stay positive and test negative for 2021. And Scott Thomas, Funguy The Entertainer, unleash your positivity on us.
Seeing a cardinal in a snow-covered evergreen reminds us that Mother Nature really does believe in positivity. That splash of color is as spirit-lifting as a rainbow after a rainstorm.
Yeah. Just one color, though, red.
Yeah, cardinals are definitely red. Even the females have some red in
they are, and I don't know about Wisconsin, but they are big in Illinois. It's a state bird of Illinois. And I used to see them all the time in the winter.
Yes.
They're cool looking.
They are.
Because they got that cool, like, feather head thing.
Correct.
There it is. 2 drinks, everybody.
2 drinks.
But yeah, so they are very cool. So yes, thank you very much for that. So go out and look for that little color for those of you who are in areas of not having color.
I was kind of hoping to catch one for my backdrop because you see with all the snow we have on the evergreen.
You could have just put a red spot there, but nobody knows.
Yeah. Photoshop. Yeah.
Red dot. Just put a red dot in there. Nobody knows.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now we have something kind of sad.
Yeah. Mr. Fischerback passed away.
Mr. Fischerback.
Or Fischbacher. Fischbacher.
That is really hard to be sure. Siegfried Fischbacher.
No, I know. I'm sure he's dead. No.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But He's had cancer for a long time.
Right.
And if you recall that Roy Horn, who got attacked
By the tiger.
by the tiger, didn't die from that and the
No.
injuries from that. No, he died from COVID. But whatever. But yeah. So Roy was 75 when he died at the beginning of last year, 2020.
Yep. He was one of the first celebrities to die of COVID.
Yeah. But yeah, they were both born in Germany.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
They had a 50-year partnership. And I think I've had pictures up. I know I have. I probably should have put that picture up. But there is a golf course called Las Vegas Municipal, not Las Vegas National.
Okay.
Las Vegas National is where they filmed Casino.
Okay.
Las Vegas Muni, on the backside of Las Vegas Muni, that is where Siegfried and Roy lived. Their second compound, not their first compound, but their second compound.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's where they lived. Yeah. So when you play the back nine, yeah, it is the back nine. One of the holes goes right along the road, and you look across the road, and then there's their place with the S and R on the gates. Pretty cool.
Did they have tigers roaming in the backyard to keep people out from chasing golf balls?
I never saw any of them out there in the yard. It kind of bummed me out when I found out that that's what it was, and was.
That's one way to keep golf balls, people out of your yard.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's across the street, so you'd have to climb the fence to get out of the golf course, and then, yeah, you'd have to.
I don't know. I personally think that would just be funny.
Oh, and then we talk about Sheldon Adelson. We didn't talk about Sheldon Adelson passing away either. So Sheldon Adelson also passed away in Vegas. And he was the guy who had the Sands Corporation, which is the Venetian and the Venetian and the Palazzo, which I love those properties. That's where you got the gondoliers singing and stuff like that. But he passed away also. Right. So yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, he had the Sands Corporation. So that kind of sucks.
Is he the one? Yeah, he was laid to rest in Jerusalem.
They ended up burying him.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. He was a funny dude too. One of the things they did when they built the Venetian first, they wanted to do a lot of the artwork to look like from Venice. So they used styrofoam, right? Because it was lightweight and all this stuff.
Correct.
But he took a trip to Venice to take pictures of all the stuff that he wanted it to look like. So I'm like, dude, he could have hired people to do that, but he wanted to go do it and go, I like that. And his wife was a big part of that too, with the artwork that they brought back. But they went there and they went on these trips to bring back pictures and stuff. Make it look like that.
Exactly.
I mean, of course, it was all expenses paid. But
you can do it.
He had a ton of money, so
he donated a lot of money too.
They all do. I told you about them doing that. That's how they. Okay, so they do it to a foundation. They do it to a foundation, and then they run the foundation. Then the foundation pays for everything for them. And whatchamacallit's got a foundation. Bill Gates, he got the Bill Gates Foundation. Zuckerberg from Facebook got a foundation. Elon Musk Foundation.
I have a foundation.
Pay the Scott Thomas Foundation. You just don't make enough. You don't make as much as these guys. These guys worth like $35 billion.
Chump change.
So yeah. So there you go. His first business was selling newspapers.
He was a cab driver.
Not before he was selling newspapers.
So, anywho's.
Yeah. So there was that. All right, where are we at? Oh,
something,
your favorite. Yeah,
something to do with outer space again. I love outer space stuff.
Yeah. Shepherd 4. Houston, we're going to launch from Texas this time.
Ooh.
Wait. You saw that, right?
This time? If you launch from Houston, aren't you in Texas?
Yeah. Yeah, Houston, we're going to launch from Texas. They didn't launch from, trying to see. It's a minute. I don't know what to. There's a live webcast here. I'm trying to get them to share, but where is it? There it is. And I'm going to jump around all over on this, but this was cool.
I agree.
But these are all cool. I haven't been to a Florida for a launch in a long time. That's one of the things
Closer
I'm
to
gonna
flying
do.
humans, we of course have been building a
But yeah, look at the
history of
capsule.
successful missions
I mean, that's
proving
not
out
really
the
the capsule
safety
there,
of the New
but
Shepard
that's cool.
vehicle. And now that we're even closer, we're testing.
Be successful.
Yeah,
We're using actual LiDAR sensors to test out docking with already existing software.
yeah.
We have a full
All the docking
scale
and measuring
model of our vehicle down at the Johnson Space Center, where the crew is able to come and interact with that vehicle, test it out.
How
kick
cool
the
is that?
tires.
I love it.
Have a future for our grandchildren, their grandchildren.
Bezos.
NASA's program is named
Because it's not easy to visit the club's website for directions.
Club for the Future postcard.
Now, why don't we take a quick breather here and check out
These
New
are people that
Shepard
send in postcards.
she gets
that are
ready
going
for her
up
flight.
in there.
In autonomous mode right now.
Look at
We're
that.
waiting to see the final
cool looking?
hydraulic system checks
is.
and gimbal check.
Yeah, they actually did a paint scheme with a feather on. T-minus 130.
At liftoff, we were sitting at
Oh, that's
3,700
T+,
feet
sorry.
above
I
mean
went from
sea
T-minus
level.
to T+. Or T-minus 2, T-minus 1. 34, okay,
All
here we
right,
go.
and that takes us to launch. Lieutenant Control. Here we
I
go,
love how
New
these things
Shepard. Have a
launch.
great flight, Mannequin Skywalker. Enjoy that shiny
Mannequin
new capsule,
Skywalker.
and we'll see you back home soon at Launch Site 1.
18, 17.
T-minus 16, guidance.
Thank you.
internal.
But I don't see the water tank up here.
T-minus
That was
10,
one of the things I was
9,
missing.
8, 7, 6,
Yeah, I think they have a different propulsion
4,
system now.
managed start. 2, 1, ignition.
Yeah, I didn't see the water dump on that. Look at that. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, look at her go. Mission Control has confirmed New Shepard has cleared the tower on her way to space from Launch Site 1 in the West Texas desert with Mannequin Skywalker on
Mannequin
board.
Skywalker.
Right about now, the fins on the aft portion of
Already
the
at
vehicle
300
are gonna
miles an hour. That's impressive.
do its roll maneuver. The booster is going to be rolling at about 2 to 3 degrees per second, which equates to a full rotation of the vehicle every 2 to 3 minutes. This, of course, is to give the astronauts a 360-degree view during the flight.
Okay, why are we worried about them saying 360 degrees?
All right, coming up here on Max
That's what we're
Q,
going to do.
maximum dynamic pressure on the rocket. It's the
what?
toughest part of the portion, toughest portion of the flight for the
I
rocket.
don't get that at all.
And we've
Yeah, we're
confirmed
gonna rotate it
Max
so they
Q.
can see all the way
Excellent.
around on the lift off.
Well, this is supposed
just
to be, the first ones are supposed to be almost like tourist things. Look at that, over 700 miles an hour already.
I know, isn't that crazy?
All right, you can see on the top right side of your screen, that's
800.
where you can follow along as we're gaining
it's
speed.
accelerating
If you
faster.
climb up
Holy
towards
cow!
space, in the
Yeah.
bottom
Well,
left
as you
corner
get
is the
going, there's
altimeter.
where you really start flying.
Noted in
Once it reaches
feet
Miko.
above ground level, although you may have noticed upon at liftoff, we were sitting at 3,700
Look at
feet
the bounce on the
above
telephoto
mean
lens.
sea level.
Yep.
That's the
The
altitude
telephoto lens.
of our West Texas launch
Isn't that
site.
crazy?
Unbelievable. We're up to
And this is a
1,400 miles
recovery
an hour.
rocket. This is a recovery rocket.
And now
too.
Mannequin
Yes.
Skywalker, and they're starting to feel those G's
Have a
around
drink, he said
three and a
yes.
half G's on the way up to space. It's very similar to a roller coaster, but in that horizontal position of
How
the
is this
seats,
similar to a roller
definitely is
coaster?
a much more comfortable ride.
3G. 2,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Now we're going to reach Miko, but you're not going to be going much faster than that.
All right,
Yes,
now
to slow down
approaching main
faster.
engine
Yeah,
cutoff.
the
on
main engine
Miko,
cutoff,
so we're
cuts
going to
off.
shut
There it
off
is.
the
There
BE3
was, did you see
engine.
it?
Yep.
Real quick there.
Miko is
Now
confirmed.
it's
now you won't
accelerating
be-
again. Oh, no, it's decelerating now.
No, it's decelerating now.
Now you'll notice that the booster and the capsule are continuing as their combined ascent to
separation, yeah.
space. As you watch the altitude continue to
Poof.
speed is dropping, of course, as it no longer has the propulsion from the BE3 engine.
That's cool though, right?
Very cool.
Separation of the two craft is, again, 2
Yeah,
miles.
there's a separation.
rocket.
But look, oh,
What a day.
where's the touchdown?
Velocity is just under Mach
But look
4.
at this thing come down. This was cool too. It's amazing that they land them upright.
Yep. Just like in the science fiction movies.
We're looking now for the drag brakes to deploy. As soon as those
drag
deploy,
brakes.
you'll see the speed come down
Look at the
very
speed of
rapidly.
this
You're
thing.
starting to see that in the top right
He was
corner
doing 15,
there.
now it's only doing 1,000.
Yep.
The drag brakes are slowing it down
And then
that
in quick
much.
succession, we're going to get the BE3 engine to restart. The landing gear will deploy, and then the booster will come in for a nice soft touchdown.
Yeah, right? Okay, so,
There are the drag brakes.
yeah, that's crazy. There's little fins,
Yep.
but it can guide that thing and keep it going. That's just crazy.
It's already slower than a jet
Yeah.
airplane.
Look at that.
Engine restarts.
Melted the
Landing gear
camera.
deployed.
$5 miles an hour. Look at that. That's impressive.
Yeah, so you remember,
And
you
touchdown.
made it in a circle.
Welcome back, New Shepard.
not quite there, but close enough.
Yep.
Oh, you can hear our team back
Look at
here
that.
at headquarters
Burn that
enjoying
floor.
this moment for this rocket.
How crazy
What
is
a
that?
day. Did a nice little maneuver there to bring it back to the pad.
Back to the center. That's the center? Okay, sure.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
it's in the circle. That's all that
Sure,
counts,
whatever you
right?
say. Yeah, from that speed to come down. But yeah, remember Lunar Lander, the video game? When you,
Yeah. I do remember.
that's what it was like, dude. That's pretty cool.
It was.
So that was Blue
I'm
Origin.
glad you found that.
Yep. So I don't know this next one you have.
No, I found this because one of the things that I've told people in the past and on our show and stuff, I cannot stand sports drinks. To me, they all of them taste like crap.
Even Monster? No, Monster's not
Oh,
sports drink.
Yeah, it's just they all taste
Monster's
like
an
crap.
energy drink. So you
Um,
found one you like?
No, the only thing
Oh.
I'll just stick to drinking Diet Mountain Dew. It's got caffeine
All right, so
in it.
so what's this chill imbibes?
Okay. As I'm sure you know, there's been a big push on people trying to achieve calm and inner peace, blah, blah, blah. That the goat massages and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, so this is the anti-energy drink.
Correct. This is supposed to utilize things like melatonin and other things into their
So-
beverages to help you relax.
So a chill drink. whatever.
Exactly.
Take a chill.
A
take
chilled,
drink.
a chill drink.
Okay, so you're gonna relax when you drink this stuff.
So anyway, the tag is taking a dip in the new business of relaxation.
Okay.
So, and here's how apparently that they think this is going to work.
It's gonna work because it's placebo.
Well, Pepsi is apparently one of the most conservative markets out there for changing things. And
Okay.
they're jumping in with a drink called Driftwell Beverage.
Yeah, Driftwell.
And it became available online in December.
I think this I-theanine is in my Monster.
Well, that's weird. Monster
Yeah.
is.
I'm gonna have to check and see if that's in there. Because it says it may reduce stress.
Right. And it's supposed to also induce relaxation and make it easier for people to get to sleep. So
does warm milk.
Yeah. Apparently, everything that's in these things is supposed to be the point where you cannot OD on anything. Mainly because
magnesium to help you with anxiety, which is what people are going to jump on with the COVID scares and everything of this year.
Yes. So, because Susie actually went out and bought some melatonin because with her stress with her work and all the crap going on, and you can't. I hate it.
There's no place for her to go. She just It's
It-
working home, and all she got to do is get. Yeah, it sucks.
So,
Same thing with you.
I realize that I am definitely stressed out. I don't feel stressed like I normally do, but I realized certain aspects of my life are not right. And
Yeah.
the only thing I could attribute that to is that I'm either stressed or depressed, which is funny because you don't see me depressed. I don't feel depressed. I don't act depressed.
Well,
I
it's
don't sit
different.
there
It's
going,
different
the
on
world's coming
everybody.
to an end.
Yeah, it's different on everybody.
Yes. But I noticed that I've become more emotional. when I watch movies that have like super happy or super sad, I'm feeling it more than I used to. So I'm anticipating that that's part of it. You know, everybody cries when Old Yeller dies. Even the hardcore, muscle men cry when Old Yeller dies. But I'm watching Hallmark shows and getting choked up on a Hallmark show. What? We know how it's going to end.
Yeah, definitely weird. Yeah, definitely weird. Yeah, definitely weird, young man.
But
all right, so
it's an enhanced water beverage.
Yeah. So whatever, I mean, better than that stupid seltzer water beer that they're doing right now.
Oh God, that stuff is disgusting, and people drink it like crazy.
So as you know, I like finding cool things you do with Google Chrome and stuff like that, and bring that.
Yes, you do.
On. So I'll bring back a couple of my favorite. If I can get, I'm going to share my screen. So here's the share my screen. I'm going to share that. Okay. One of the things that you can ask Google to do.
You're sharing the wrong thing. Oh, okay. You're doing something different. All right.
One of the things you can ask Google to do is you can ask it to do a barrel roll. So you say, I've got that typed in the upper top. Or you may not
I
be able
see
to
that.
that.
Yes.
Okay. See it do a barrel roll?
Yes.
Weird, right? I want to know what the do a barrel roll Thanos is. Do a barrel roll. Well, that didn't do anything cool. Well, that sucked. That wasn't as much fun. I was hoping it was just going to do it. Do a barrel roll 2 times. So it should do it twice. No, it didn't. All right. So that's all it does. Big deal, right?
Thanks, Steve. That was exciting and exhilarating.
Yeah. So I stopped the share there. So now let's go to Breakout.
Ooh, isn't that a video game?
It used to be. Oh, I guess it still is. So now I need to go here. And if you search up Breakout, right, and you find it
video game. I was right.
You find it backwards where MI Google backwards here. Backwards. Play Atari Breakout. Check this shit out. Look at that. You can actually play Breakout on your computer screen.
Interesting.
It's got little pictures there of the different.
Are you using a mouse or using the arrows?
I'm using a mouse. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the pop-up ad kind of screwed you. Oh, look, now we got sound.
Look at that, yeah. Isn't that weird?
It even sounds like the game.
Yep. And you can steer it,
Oh, now it's picking up speed.
I was never.
Once you hit a red one, it's going to go faster.
Trying to get it up on top. There it goes.
You go. Now you made it.
There's the sound there. Turn the sound back.
Up. You lost it.
Oh, there you go. So that's that, right? So then the TV show Friends.
Okay.
Did you realize? So they do this every now and then, and sometimes they take them down. But check this out. When you search the characters' names, Chandler Bing,
right?
Look, they put a little icon here. Now watch what happens when I click that little icon. Remember the duck from the show?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So, okay. So that happens on that one. Rachel with her hair, right? Because that's what she was famous for. Just takes pictures of her hair.
Okay.
Okay. Monica. Why cleaning? Was she a clean freak? I guess she was. Yeah, I think that was one of her things. But that's stupid. Right? So Phoebe.
Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? Smelly cat, it's not your fault.
Okay.
All right, so that's a good one. And then Joey's got a piece of pizza. Why?
He always ate pizza. That was his thing.
Joey doesn't share food.
Apparently Joey doesn't share food.
Joey doesn't share food.
And then Ross, a couch.
Pivot. Pivot! Pivot!
Okay, I don't think it's going to pivot anymore.
You remember that when they got it stuck when they tried to move the couch in?
No.
Get it now? Pivot,
I get it, yeah.
pivot.
Again, this is not a show that I watched.
Oh, well, then you're stupid. So take that. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to stop sharing. Welcome back. Look at the screen. Okay.
Hey, we're back.
So we're back, and it's time to do our word of the week.
We have one this week. We forgot to do one last week.
I forgot to do one because you were telling me we were out of time. So I just end the show. You'd say we're out of time. I end the show. I'm easily obliging you.
There you go. I said we're running out of time. I didn't say we were out of time.
Well, we ran out of time, so we couldn't do the word of the week. But we have a word of the week this week, and the word of the week is uniba.
No, it's
Wonderba?
Univerbation.
You did what?
Univerbation, not the other thing. No. Univerbation is different. It's
Linguistics?
the word. It's the process by which they fix. What the hell? A fixed collocation of words becomes a single word in the way that goodbye evolved from God be with you and albeit derived from although it be.
Oh, like the word fuck is what is that? That's not true. It's actually a German word that actually means something else. But under
Yeah, now you're searching something.
Oh crap.
Steve
When the
had to
king
bring
gave you
up
permission.
You need permission?
Gave you permission to fornicate.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not true. That's not
Okay, now you got me confused.
so it's you said it's the oh yeah, fornication under consent of the king.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but that's not where it came from.
All right.
That's
It's
urban
Germanic
legend.
origin related to Dutch, German, and Swedish words for to strike and to move back and forth. First appears, though, only in the 16th century in a manuscript of the Latin orator.
Right, but like you said,
Cicero.
goodbye evolved from God be with you, right? So they took
Yes.
God be with you and made it goodbye. Therefore, fornication under consent of the king became fuck.
Okay. Works for
It's
me.
the same thing. Whatever. The fact that I didn't know that I thought was impressive.
Thank you, Steve, for bringing our show out with the word fuck.
But God be with you. You just said it. Becomes a fixed collection of words, becomes a single word. It fits.
It do.
It did. You've not heard that before?
Goodbye. God be with you.
Not goodbye, but you. Right,
Yes,
whatever.
I do know that that's how words get changed constantly. Things happen and they get shortened up because it's like slang. It starts out as slang and it becomes commonplace.
Whatever.
But we don't know nothing because it's the don't know show.
You just don't like the fact that I knew something and you didn't.
Well, there's a lot of things you know that I don't know. And there's a lot of things I know that you don't know.
I know a lot of things that I don't want to know.
Oh, that's probably true also.
I would say that's more true than the stuff that you know that I don't know. More of that stuff is stuff I don't want to know.
Well, but some of it is stuff you might want to know.
No.
Yeah. What if I knew the winning lottery numbers for this Wednesday's
Yeah, but you don't know them.
Because it's a don't know show. Of course I don't know them.
If you knew them, you'd play them, and then we'd be on our cruise ship.
Yeah.
That we would own.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We'd own a cruise ship.
And we would have people invited
Although
on
they call them
to our
yachts.
show. They'd be invited on our show.
There you go. Oh, that would be really
We
cool
would-
if we had that.
Broadcasting live from the cruise ship.
Oh, God. You thought our first show with
Well, they can't get away
room
from us.
style graphics was bad? You want to see what it's like being out in the ocean with a
They can't,
satellite?
they can't get away from us. Nobody's leaving.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision, and I have no idea how you can't figure that out.
Yeah, you can't figure that out. Please subscribe, like, watch our other shows and channels. As COVID goes away and we're able to go out and do stuff, we will start posting more. I will open up what happened in Las Vegas today, start taking people to shows again when I'm not afraid to be around people. And Scott will start cooking again. So,
and where do they go to
cooks
see
for
that?
you. And then I will start my Cooking with Cleavage show.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna
where
do
are they
that
supposed
show.
to go to see all that, though?
I could even have that Cooking with Cleavage show on the stage at in Vegas. That would be something people would want to come see.
Yes.
Cooking with Cleavage show, and we could do that on the OnlyFans page.
Yes.
Definitely. So cool. All right. Well, I want you to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.
And then go to whathappened.world. We forgot to do that.
That's what I was trying to get you to say.
Well, you could have said it.
Crazy, just different crazy.